taking me down memory lane. I'm surprised I remember all those people, but I remember most of them very well. And I was there for your very first flight takeoff in the mornings, Doug, and I thought I would check in for, this farewell performance and wish you well and say that you are definitely carrying on in the great Gene Shepherd tradition. In fact, it was Gene who I heard in you the first time I heard you. And you've carried on that tradition well. And for those of us who remember Gene, that's a compliment to Gene and to you.
Well, John, there's nothing that's the highest praise because I adore Gene Shepherd, and his ex-wife, Lois Nettleton, who passed away a few years ago. She was a wonderful actress. She had a big career as an actress. She was married to Gene for 10 years, and she was a talk radio junkie, and she used to send me letters. Not email. I get handwritten letters from her, maybe, 2 a year, but over a number of years. And one time she wrote, "You remind me of Gene," and she signed it Lois Nettleton, Mrs. Gene Shepherd. I have that framed on my wall in my office. It's the only letter I've ever kept, but it meant so much to me. But, John, I have a funny story to tell about the very first time I met you. You may not remember this, but I have told the story on the air several times. So I'm in the parking lot at the old building on La Cienega, and it's night. I'm getting ready to do, I think the show was starting at 9 o'clock that time, so it's probably about 8 o'clock. And you were working late. You had just arrived to take over the station group. And I'm getting out of the car, and I recognize, this is the new boss. So I said, "Hello, Mr. Davison. My name is Doug McINTYRE. I do the nighttime show." And you looked at me, and you said the following: "I've heard your show." And then walked into the building. And I stood there and said, "There's no adjective." There was no adjective in that sentence. How about "I heard your show and we have to talk," or "I heard your show," and I thought it was the funniest thing in the world because that was a man who was reserving judgment until he heard it a second time. It was so great.
Well, I'm not reserving judgment anymore.
Well, hey, John, best to you, and thanks so much for calling in today. It's really very, very sweet of you to do so.
And to you too, Doug.
All right, thanks a lot.